I was at Universal Studios and heading up worldwide consumer products when the last Jurassic Park movie came out. And it was really, it's almost a 2-year process it takes longer for some of the consumer products than it actually does for the film. The toys are always one of the biggest revenue generators, so we worked very closely with the toy makers, including the action figures and all the dinosaurs. Dinosaurs are just sort of a time eternal kind of a classic toy for children all around the world. And so whether it's a child in China or a child in the US, children are fascinated with dinosaurs. The first movie just really exploded, and by the second movie we were really ready to capitalize on it, including theme park rides, and we just built the whole brand because the market is so vast, and it was several $billion then, so I'm sure with the new film it's that much and more.
How do you create such a valuable brand?
We had over 500 different manufacturers, and so it's very important to have everything look like it's coming from one place, even though you have so many different people actually making it. So we created a style guide and a brand that has continuity and that has consistency. There is some localization. You know, we know different product types, for example, sell in Japan that might only sell in Japan. We would localize the product type, but the look we would keep consistent.
Spyro the Dragon, Crash Bandicoot were some of your other valuable brands. How did you develop those?
And Spyro the Dragon was the second one we came out with, and one of the things that was interesting about that was it was more popular with girls in a time when video games were really more boy-oriented. You have to understand who your market is, and it was interesting, we discovered with Spyro that there was this big girl market. And someone a few years ago from Electronic Arts came and brought it back and created virtual toys that interacted with computers and with iPads, and it's now turned into a $2 billion brand. Crash Bandicoot was huge, with children and young adults as well. It translated well in Asia, which isn't always the case with characters, so it translated culturally for whatever reason.
Are you looking at any new projects here in Asia?
I know that there are a number of people who are looking at how do you export Chinese properties, and I would love to work on one of those kinds of projects. I think there's great potential because it certainly exists.